Hey guys, my name is Marcus Sproul. I'm a junior majoring in sport management. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina, and I'm going to be talking about NC State and Raleigh today. So let's get started on the presentation. And at the end, we'll have some time for questions for you all. So Raleigh, North Carolina is the state capital. We have tons of things like museums, sports. We have the Carolina Hurricanes who play in PNC Arena, where our men's basketball team actually plays at. We have a museum that's actually right up the street, and we also have the Gregg Art Museum on campus. Shopping, we have Crabtree Mall, which is about a 10-minute ride from here, not far at all. There's Cary Town Center Mall if you want to go there. There's a Triangle Mall downtown if you want to go there as well. Raleigh is really one of the best places to live in North Carolina. There's just so much to do here. Downtown is a 5-minute walk from NC State campus. So, if you want to go out to eat with some friends one night, you have tons of places to go down there. Or, if there's anything that you want to do downtown. We also have movie theaters all around campus. If y'all want to go see the newest movie coming out, we have the Mission Valley Movie Theater is literally right on the other side of Western Boulevard, which is right beside campus. So you all can do that. We have a $1.50, $2 movie theater down the road a little bit, and they actually have really good movies there. I know I go there personally all the time with friends, so that's a good thing to do on, maybe a Friday night if you don't feel like going anywhere. Just go out see a movie or Saturday night, something like that. So now let's talk about main campus a little bit more, and Centennial campus. They're actually not that far apart from each other. I know a few students actually sometimes they walk from main campus to Centennial. I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't do that myself, but that's okay. The College of Veterinary Medicine is also up the street as well. That's on Hillsborough Street. That's a little bit further away. That's near the Carter Finley Stadium and PNC Arena, which is where our men's football team and the men's basketball team play. Okay, so now let's talk about housing. So there are three types of residence halls on this campus. There are hall style, there's suite style, and then there's apartment style, and I'll go through a little bit about each one. So hall style, it's two people to a room, and everyone on that hall will, essentially share the same bathroom. So there's maybe like 7 or 8, some number of stalls in there, showers and sinks as well. And you also have a sink in your room in most hall style. And a lot of people like to choose a hall style dorm because, sometimes they'll leave their door open during the day when they're not doing anything. And people from their dorm will just come by and, say, hey, how you doing? What's your name? So it's a good way to meet a lot more people. Suite style, which is what I stayed in my freshman year, there's usually about 8 to 10 people in a suite. You all will share a bathroom. There's usually 2 sinks in there and 2 showers in there as well. And the people who choose that, they like that option because you get, you get closer to the people that you live with. So I know the guys that I roomed with my freshman year, I still hang out with them now. I still see them at least, 2, 3 times a week. So that's definitely a bond that, you guys will have for a long time. And then the apartment style. Those are a little bit farther out of campus. We have one on both sides of campus, so Hillsborough and Western Boulevard. You and your roommate will, share a room, and you have your own bathroom, which you all will clean. And I think they may give you supplies at the desk that you have. People like that, just to have a little bit more privacy. If maybe you're closer to your roommate, you know them from maybe high school or something like that, and a lot of people like that option just to have their own space to themselves. Along with our dorms, we have things called living and learning villages, and that's if people are interested in something specific, they may join that leadership or that village to get to know more people who are interested in that as well. For example, my freshman year, I lived in Bowen Hall, which houses the Leadership Village (ILV), and I loved it. I had a great time. We did a lot of fun activities, community service, things like that. I know on Halloween we had students from an elementary school. I think it was Bug Elementary School, which is right down the road from here. They came by to each suite. We got to dress our suite up in Halloween decor, and we gave them candy, and that was a fun day for me. I know I enjoyed that. Other villages on this campus, the Global Village. We have WISE Villages, which is Women in Science and Engineering. So there are a lot of different things you can get into on this campus dealing with housing. Let's talk about safety on campus now. And I know a lot of students, say NC State's a big campus. How could we make sure that I'm going to be safe? Well, we have something that's an escort service. You can call them. I think the hours are from around like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. You call them if you're in the library, you don't want to walk back to your dorm. You can call them. They'll come pick you up and take you to your dorm, drop you off there. And that's definitely a good service. It's dangerous at night, of course, and you don't want to walk by yourself. So I would say definitely make sure you walk with a friend. If not, call a campus escort. We also have campus safety lights on campus, which are these blue lights that you can see all around you. They say that if you turn 360 degrees, you will be able to see another light. And the thing with that is, if you're walking late at night and you don't feel safe, you can push a button on that light at the bottom of the light, and you can continue to walk. And once you get to the next light, press that button as well, and so forth and so forth. And the campus police, which is on the other side of campus, they'll be able to track where you're going, and be able to meet you at the next place where they think you're going to be at. And just to give you, maybe they'll give you a ride home or walk you back to your dorm or whatever that may be, just to make sure that you're safe on campus. With the police station, we do have our own NC State police on campus, so that's definitely a good thing. Well, let's go to dining. Dining halls. We have 3 different dining halls on campus. We have Fountain, Clark, and Case. Fountain is where most people eat at. Case usually for athletes, and then Clark is mostly for those people who stay, in the Honors Village or things like that, or if you stop by there for lunch during the middle of the day between classes or something. With meal plans, to use a meal plan, we have 3 types of meal plans here. We have the semester meal plan, we have the weekly or block meal plan, and we also have the Freedom Pass. My freshman year, I had the Freedom Plan just because I knew that I was never gonna cook, and I didn't want to worry about what was I gonna eat that day. So I made sure I got the Freedom Plan. With that, you can eat at the dining halls every 30 minutes if you want to. That's your option. To go along with that as well, you also have an equivalency for each meal. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And with the equivalency, you can eat at other places on campus, which I'll talk about in a minute. So that's definitely a good thing. With the semester meal plan, that gives you a set amount of meals per semester. So maybe I think the options are 120, 150, and 180. And you have those meals for the semester, and you do what you want with those, and you use those how you want to. With the weekly meal plan, you have a set amount of meals that you can use per week, and it resets every single Saturday. So last year, my sophomore year, I had the 12 meals a week. So I ate somewhere around like twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if I was really hungry. But you have a lot of options. Oh, you also have dining dollars to go along with your meal plan. If, let's say, you want to add, I don't know, you have the option to add 300 or however many dining dollars you want that you could use at the C-store. You could use at, other places to eat on campus like the Atrium, Tally, or you can even also use them as a meal at the dining halls if you need to. So it's just, extra money in your pocket to use on campus. On Centennial campus, we have something new that's called the Oval. And it's a grill. They have a grill, Newton's Diner. They have a pizza place. They have an Asian cuisine place, and I think they have a salad or a wraps place there as well. It's really new and it's really nice. They make the best food ever. I know I have a grilled chicken sandwich every time I go there. Put cheese on there, put bacon on there. It's amazing. It's amazing. The other dining options on campus, Tally. Let's talk about Tally. We're building a brand new student center which has, completely different places to eat in there. We have a grill in there. There's a Mexican restaurant. There's a sandwich shop, pizza. Now they just added, I think it was maybe a few weeks ago, they added a Mediterranean place. They added an Asian place downstairs in Tally, so it's so many options that you could choose to eat. You could choose to eat at. In the Atrium, we have a Chick-fil-A. Very busy Chick-fil-A, especially during lunchtime. But the food is great. It's so easy just to walk in there, grab a chicken sandwich real quick and keep going to class if you need to. We have a wrap station in there. There's Brickyard Pizza, which is amazing as well. So just so many options to eat at on this campus. You should never get tired of eating the same thing over and over again. If you do, you're just not exploring enough. Get out there, find something new, eat something different. Please, trust me. Let's talk about campus activities now. Well, with our athletics, all of our athletics are Division One. Of course, we have men's and women's basketball, men's football, volleyball, softball, baseball, soccer, things like that. In order to get into the men's football and basketball games, you need to enter a lottery system, which is a new system that we started, I believe, this year or last year. And you'll lottery for a ticket, and then a few days after, once it is closed, they'll let everyone know if you got a ticket, and they'll email that to you. You just print it off, take that to the game with your ID, and show them that at the door, and you're in there for free. With all the other sports, you just go to the game. Sometimes they'll swipe your ID in, just to let you know you're there. And with that, there's a point system to go along with the lottery system. So if you go to games, like let's say you go to a few women's volleyball games, and you want to go to some baseball games, and you want to go to soccer games, those points add up and build up to give you a better chance of getting into games like the Carolina State basketball game or a Carolina State football game or the Duke game, where everybody applies for a ticket because everyone wants to go to. So like I said, the more points you have, the better chance you have of getting into those big games. On campus, I believe there are 600 plus organizations, and there could be, so many more. There is something for everyone to do. I personally, I'm an ambassador for the College of Natural Resources. So what we do, we go around to different high schools, and sometimes high schools come to us just to try to get more information about the College of Natural Resources and just to market ourselves a lot better since we're one of the smaller colleges on this campus. I'm also in an honors fraternity for the College of Natural Resources. So it's so many things that you can do on this campus. And if there's not a club for it, you can start it. All you need is 3 people and an advisor, and you could get that started so easily. Greek life. I know a lot of people are interested in Greek life. I believe the campus is about 10% Greek, give or take. And like I said, there's honors fraternities, there are social fraternities and sororities, and then there are service fraternities, which are co-ed. So I would say with that, do your research, make sure you know what you're getting into, make sure you believe you're going to enjoy it, and I say go for it. You'll make a ton of new friends doing that. Intramural sports is something that I love as well. I played basketball, intramural basketball, my freshman year and my sophomore year. Didn't get to play this year, but next year I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back. There are 4 different leagues that you can get into: A, B, C, D, and skill level decreases as you go down the alphabet. But you register with your team online, and sign everybody up, get their ID numbers. Once you get to the game, you'll have the little pennies, NC State jerseys to wear, and all you have to do is bring your ID. Once you're about to check into the game, they'll write down your ID number, and you're good to go. And you all play, I think, maybe about 4 to 6 games per season. So and then you have the playoffs after that as well. So that's definitely fun. And the gyms are always packed with people during the intramural season. Everyone just, a lot of people just go in there and hang out and watch their friends play and, just have a good time in there. Campus rec is something that a lot of people like to get into as well. There's a lot of jobs on campus that people can, apply for with campus rec. Also, student media. We have our own radio station on this campus, and theater programs and art programs, and there's just so much to do. So I would definitely say find out what you love and jump right into it as soon as you possibly can. Now let's talk about academics a little bit. I'm not sure how many colleges there are on this campus, but some of the academic colleges we have, College of Education, Natural Resources, which is what I'm in. We have CALS, Life Sciences, Engineering, of course. So you know that those are the colleges that you all will be in. With study abroad, you could go pretty much anywhere in the world that you would want to go to. We have programs in Greece. So I know someone who's in Spain right now, and you know wherever you want to go to, you know, talk to your advisor, go to the study abroad information sessions, figure out what you want to do, what classes you would want to take over there, and I say go for it. That's probably a great experience. And a lot of people ask about the honors and scholars program on campus. The honors program, both of them have specific dorms. You don't have to stay in those dorms, but I know a lot of those students do. Like for the honors, there's like an honors village. So those dorms are Becton, Berry, Bagwell. That's over there by Clark Dining Hall. So y'all, you know, usually eat there. And then with scholars program, that's housed in Lee or Sullivan, I believe, one of those two. And that's on the other side of campus. So honors is 75% research and 25% enrichment, while scholars program is more enrichment, 75%, and a little less research, which is 25% of that. Oh, don't forget, another college, an important college, and don't forget about it, is FYC. I know a lot of people have been accepted into the FYC program. So what that is, you have an advisor who will help you figure out, you know, what major you want to get into. It's really based for people who don't know what they want to do when they come to school. So they help you take classes and you do assignments to figure out what you want to do, and they'll send you to different events on campus with different colleges, and you know, just to figure out what you want to do now and what would you want to do after college and how could you get there. Undergraduate research is also very big on this campus since we're a research institute. It looks really good on an application when people see that you have done research on this campus. You know, so I would say definitely look into that. There are information sessions about that all throughout the year, and you know, you can do research on a lot of different things. Along with that, internships and co-ops are very, very, very important. I'm about to intern this summer for the first time. I'm really excited. With that experience is, you know, it's just going to really benefit you a lot when you go out and look for your first job. They're going to look on your resume and say, oh, they did an internship here. Okay, they know what they're doing. They could come work for me. I'd love that, you know. So intern as soon as you can, as soon as you can. And the career center is a great place to go to look for an internship. I would say get in with them as early as possible. They do things like interview tips. You know, they'll do mock interviews during the school year. They'll help you build your resume, help you build your cover letter. You know, they'll do research for you, figure out what internships would be best for you, whether it would be paid or unpaid, or you know, they'll help you do anything that you need to do. So now we're gonna open it up for questions. You guys go ahead and send me some questions whenever y'all get ready. Okay, the first question is, are there opportunities to join the school newspaper or some type of media job on campus? Yes, there are opportunities for that. I was saying we have our own radio studio on session, which is ran by our students, which is WKNC, which is 88.1, something like that. And the newspaper, we have the technician, we have the Nubian Message. So there's definitely opportunities for you to get involved with that if you love writing or love media. What other questions do we have? Well, let me just talk a little bit more about what I do on campus. I'm also an intern at the admissions office, and some of the things that we're able to do, we're able to go to high schools and talk to prospective students, and you know help them to learn more about NC State. So basically, what we do, we're marketing the school, and I think that's really interesting on learning how to do that. I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning building skills. I'm building communication skills, and I'm learning how to market things. I want to be a sports agent, so this experience is definitely going to help me, in the long run when I do that. So what I would say in that, make sure that you're doing things that are going to benefit you. There's a lot of experience on this campus. I wouldn't say just sit around and, not do anything like that. So definitely get involved as soon as you can. What other questions do we have? Oh, let me also remind you to make sure you submit your housing application as soon as you can. It's a first come, first served basis, so make sure you get that in very, very early. Okay, our next question is, why did I choose to come to NC State? I chose to come here because I felt like I wasn't going to be just a number, as people say. My mom was telling me, a lot of big schools, they lose a lot of their students in the mix, and they don't keep up with you as much as they should. But before I even came to NC State, I was getting calls from my professors and my advisors and people already on campus, students on campus, just saying that if I had any questions at all or if I needed anything, give them a call, shoot them an email, and they would get back to me as soon as possible. So I just knew that this was going to be just a big family, a 35,000 person family. Any other questions? Questions? Okay, well, let's say, here we go. The question is, if I was invited to be in the honors program but did not apply because I was unsure if I wanted to go to NCSU, could I still apply after my first semester or maybe sophomore year? Yes, I do believe that you can apply for the Honors Village after your freshman year. You have to make sure you check with the honors program people, and I know that they'll give you all an advisor, and you can look at their number online. So I would definitely say that make sure you get the information as soon as you can about that. What other questions do we have today? Okay. How do you know who your advisor is? Well, for your major, the university will give you an advisor for that, and you can see that on your MyPack portal off to the side, right beside the Student Center. It'll say your advisor's name. What other questions do we have? Questions about student life, residence halls, dining halls, the bus system. Okay, well, let me talk about parking really quick because I don't think I talked about that at all. So a lot of students ask me, a lot of income freshmen ask me, can I bring my car on campus? Do a lot of freshmen bring their car here? You know, I don't know if it's a lot of freshmen bring their car here, but there are some freshmen that do. And if you want to apply for a parking pass, go online and do that. Parking permits are based on credit hours. So the more credit hours you have, and if you live on campus, the better parking permit you will be able to get, or the better spot you'll be able to get. And it increases with, increases price range, of course. And there are different types of lots. So a lot of freshmen will usually have to park their car in a lot a little bit further away, maybe on Centennial, or maybe by a dorm that's not really close to theirs, and they'll have to go and get that later in the weekend. You can park anywhere on campus after 5 o'clock. So a lot of students will go on Friday, about 5 o'clock, get their car from wherever it is, and have it all weekend. I would say, having a car freshman year, it could benefit you, but it could also hurt you as well. There's ups and downs to it. A lot of people, if you have a car, of course they're going to ask you for a ride all the time. But it does come in handy if you do need to go off campus. If you need to run home or something like that, it will come in handy. The next question is, what if my program advisor says none assigned? That could be because you haven't, been to orientation or anything like that yet. It could be that could be the reason. But they will give you an advisor before you come to campus. If you want to call the university, they may be able to help you out with that a little bit more than I could. But let's talk about roommates for a little bit after we get this next question. Let's talk about housing a little bit and roommates. I did a random roommate my freshman year, and I'm glad that I did. I knew about two or three guys coming from my high school that were coming to NC State as well. But everyone told me that it would be great to get out there and get a roommate, get a guy that you haven't met before, and make a bond with that person, and just become friends as much as you can. And I definitely enjoyed that experience a lot. We had a lot of fun times. A lot of fun times. So what other questions do we have today? Okay, let's talk about employment then. There are a lot of jobs on campus for people not including internships or co-ops, anything like that. Don't count those. But there are a lot of on-campus jobs. Campus Rec hires over 400 some odd students to run the gym throughout the day. The library hires a lot of people. Um, Campus dining hires a lot of people. So, and then there are also little jobs that people don't even know about on this campus. So, if you're looking for employment, look for something to do during the week, you don't want to, come back to your room right after class, I would say definitely look into that. You can go on the NCSU website and type in employment, and they'll bring up a long list of jobs that they offer here on campus. Some are work study, some are not work study, so it just depends. So make sure you look at that as soon as possible. Our next question is, what is the best way to meet people? I wouldn't say that there's a best way. There are multiple ways that you can meet people. So, join organizations, meet people through your dorm or your residence hall. There's a lot of residence halls have common areas where a lot of people will go and do homework throughout the day. So, you can go in there, do your work, hang out a little bit. Sometimes they have TVs in there, video games, go in there and hang out, do that. The library is a great place to meet people. In the learning commons, someone's always in there doing something. So, it's not a best way, but it's the whatever is best for you, whatever you're most comfortable doing. What other questions do you all have today? So, okay, sometimes I get asked, what is the most difficult thing about, you know, getting to know the campus? Is it big? Is it small campus? I would say once you get on campus, it really becomes really small. I think the furthest walk you would have is maybe about 20 minutes, which being on a college campus, a 20-minute walk is not bad at all. I know I've walked from one side of the campus to the other in 20 minutes, so you know it definitely once you get used to it, when you move in, everything will be brand new and everything will seem big, huge, all of that. But once you after a couple weeks and you get used to everything, it'll really seem like it's shrunk. It really seems like the campus shrunk, but don't worry, it's still the same size. And so yeah, it's definitely not as it's big. It's the biggest campus in North Carolina, but once you get here, it's not gonna seem as big. The next question is, what about Greek life? Do you know about their activities? Well, Greek life, Greeks participate in a lot of different activities. They do a lot of community service, so sometimes they'll go and clean up the street on Hillsborough. Some of them, they have streets on Hillsborough. Sometimes they'll put on events on campus talking about, different things that are going on in the world right now and trying to inform students just to make sure that we're updated and make sure that we're doing okay. Um, they also have sometimes they'll have formal events, things like that. So it's a lot of different things that people in Greek life participate in. What other questions are there today? Let's see. Sometimes I get asked, if I go to a high school or something, what do I do to get homesick? I'm from 3 hours away from Raleigh. Do I go home all the time? Do I, hang out with? Do I have family in Raleigh? Do I stay here? What do I do? For me personally, I usually stay in Raleigh. I love to go home when I have the opportunity. We get college students get so busy. Sometimes you don't have that opportunity. It's definitely great to go home, but enjoying the college lifestyle is something that you will definitely enjoy. I would say in order to keep from getting homesick, just make sure you have a good group of people around you, good group of friends around you that will, make sure that you're always, having a good time, or if you're struggling with something, they'll be able to come in and help you out. Maybe you need them to, look over something for you or help you with your homework or something like that. So just to make sure you have a great support group here on campus, and that includes your friends, that will include your advisors, and that will include your professors as well. So just make sure you have a good connection with all three of those groups of people. What other questions? Okay, guys, if there are no other questions, make sure you follow us on Twitter at NCSU Admissions. Make sure you like us on Facebook. And, watch our student blogs, admissions.ncsu.edu blogs. Make sure you submit your housing application. Make sure you submit your application fee. And you all can log back into the presentation for the same information. And we'll also be giving another presentation again at 5 o'clock tonight. So right here in about an hour. Okay? Thanks, guys.